Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. All things Middle Earth here, and we have our next Beacon of Light Q&A with the developers. Just came out today about 3 hours ago as of recording this, so depending on when I post this, it could be a day ago or whatever. But typically, these are a lot of questions that nobody is asking and a lot of like roundabout answers. So we'll figure out together if that's the case, but let's go ahead and jump into the dev Q&A. Okay, jumping in, and I can already tell this is going to be a doozy. Again, I don't know why there is just such a need to use a bazillion words, but it just like a yes or no would be fine in a lot of these cases. But the first question is, current siege mechanics have increased the length of time it takes to capture territories. Some locations take several days to capture. Will there be a siege change for the better? Again, a lot of things have changed in terms of occupation times have been increased. It is an absolute grind. It's not that fun. That's kind of what's being asked. And again, we get a huge freaking answer. Overall, we hope to maintain a stable number of siege operations while providing a more flexible siege mechanism. After the update, the number of actions required to occupy strongholds will remain close to the original settings, and changes in siege capabilities will be fair to both attackers and defenders. Additionally, the new season will remove the territorial protection effect. Under the new siege rules, we have eliminated the effect of territorial protection that reduces siege damage. Tacticians will no longer need to rely on the buffs from war horns and can effectively damage the durability of enemy cities. This makes each decision in sieging more flexible and varied. We believe that these changes will bring different and interesting strategic adjustments. I absolutely disagree. It's actually removing strategic decisions, because usually you'd plan and you'd use your war buff at specific times and have certain windows where you're making attacks and movements. Now it just anything can happen at any time, which to me is just more chaotic and less like actually strategic and exciting. And with there being a 10-minute occupation timer in enemy territories, it literally, you want to move 6 tiles. I hope you have an hour to sit there and watch them. I don't understand why they have made this just such a slow thing, but it is. And again, just a long answer that I'm just not, I can't get behind the super long answers. I don't know. They're just like, it's my biggest pet peeve. So, basically, no. Like this sheet's changing to me. They're just like explaining it. I don't think anything's happening. So, anyway, question 2. Another complaint about things being slow. The march is too slow. I must wait 10 minutes for the army to capture a tile. Are you planning to agree with the players and speed up the march time? The game update has brought many new changes that support a variety of strategies and gameplay. Slow is not a strategy. For example, different types of troops each have their uses. The newly added flying units, due to their high mobility but low siege damage, are more suited for interceptive battles. There are also differences in the marching speed attributes of different troop types. We hope players will try out different gameplay strategies. Again, are you going to agree with the players and speed them up? No. Again, I would honestly have some respect if they would just give short, like 3-word answers and be like, no, it is the way it's going to be, because I just feel like this seems like you're beating around the bush. But again, take it for what you will. That's question 2. Question 3. The season gets boring towards the end and many people want to end it quickly. Not enough content late in the season. Will you be saturating the season with new content? We are also continuously monitoring the activity levels throughout the season. I do not believe that to be true at all. Sorry. The recent adjustment aims to protect players' early development time, thereby extending the effectiveness. Okay, so no, they're not going to do that. This is what drives me crazy about Rise to War. So we're in a season right now. We're in Mordor, and it is an unbalanced server. If our group wasn't in here, it might be a different story, or if things were spread out differently, it could be different. Our server is unbalanced. And then we're in a good spot, but I'd rather have a competitive server where I'm not guaranteed to win than have a slow server where I'm guaranteed to win. So we're waiting for the ring to open. We got the middle surrounded. We're kind of trying to spread ourselves out, blah, blah, blah. And this server like needs to end in like a week or like now. But they don't do manual server intervention. Things just take forever. So this server that we're in, if you're in the server with me, I'm sorry. I think we're going to sit very bored for a while. So again, this person is asking, the question is, where'd it go? The question is, are we going to add content so it's not so boring? And to me, NetEase's answer has gone, no, we've just slowed everything down so that you don't get to that point as fast. Instead of adding new content, they just want to like really slow things down. But again, with things slow, it doesn't matter. As you can see, like this is the position we're in. You know, there should be a countdown on right now, as far as I'm concerned. So again, don't mean to get all ranty about it, but content, new season content, end season content would be great, but it just seems like they're interested in slowing the pace. And to them, slowing the pace is increasing occupation timers, slowing down marches, adding more obstacles, that kind of thing, which is more grindy than actual content updates. Again, you want to actually slow development. They should add timers to different passes. So like the first passes don't open for a week. So every team is within their own region for a week. And then once the first passes open, which is how Rise of Kingdoms does it, then there are some bigger battles at the passes. But, you know, they over the season kind of unlock and get you closer to the middle. But we got out here very, very early, got good resources surrounding the ring. It's just whatever. So anyway, that's the spiel. But again, no, there's not going to be new content. They're just, yeah. Anywho, question number 4. Now the purple gear of version 1 is so much stronger than the gear of version 2.0. Are you going to balance it out? The current equipment attributes meet our design expectations. In the future, we plan to optimize the 2.0 gear sets soon. So we just talked about this in another video. Gear sets have 2-piece sets now. So there is more of an incentive to run 2.0 gear than before, since you can do 2-piece sets. However, again, the actual question being asked, are you going to balance things out? Not really. It's not like 1.0 gear is going to be removed from the game. Again, I've talked about it a lot. I don't think it should have ever been in the game, at least the way it is now, but it is what it is. So their version of fixing the issue is going to be adjusting 2.0 gear to make it not worth it to run 1.0 gear, which is just a weird thing. So that is question 4. Question 5, second to last one. It's been a long time since there's been a global balance of commanders. Many commanders are useless and not used by players. Are you going to balance? What a fantastic freaking question. We need this so desperately. Answer, we are continuously monitoring the tactician's feedback on combat content and analyzing a large amount of actual combat data before making any adjustments. We approach each optimization with caution to ensure that every change enhances the overall combat experience for tacticians. Again, so many words. Like, this just drives me crazy. Additionally, we've received numerous suggestions regarding commander levels. We plan to make targeted adjustments in the future. Please stay tuned, tacticians. So they didn't even answer the question, technically. And they said, you know, they're monitoring things and they've received suggestions regarding levels. And they're going to, again, you can throw a dart and pick a bad commander. You just scroll down and it's like, okay, you know, is this commander used? No. 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 Is this commander used? No, they were until he got nerfed. Same with him and him. Is this commander used? No. Again, you get there's so many unusable, especially tier 1s and tier 2s, that it's just a race to tier 3s, and the best ones are the ones that do physical damage or have really good support abilities. So a global balancing of commanders would be amazing, and I don't think it'd be that hard personally. Number 1, focus damage is not as good as physical damage for a few reasons. So if they just gave focus damage or elemental damage, so focus, poison, and burn damage, like maybe it's like a 10% buff. I don't know what the actual number is, but I'm just saying a small increase to elemental damage all of a sudden makes the elemental damage commanders on par with physical, and that would be a huge help. The next thing is troop damage is so bad. If troops did more damage, commanders that boosted troops in any way, shape, or form would be more valuable. So updating troop damage would help. And then healing is like the other thing that is so bad right now, that if you have any healing in your kit, you're really not going to be used, because it's just a basically useless thing right now. So if they actually made healing good, then all of a sudden you've got healing commanders who are doing good, you've got troop commanders doing good, you've got elemental, and you've got physical damage. Netties, if you guys want to hire me, seriously, let me know. I'll figure this out for you. But again, that's the 5th question. I'm getting a little ranty reading through this, because I love this game. I care about it. I've done it for a long time. And so just to see it maybe not being handled the best sometimes, and to see us be given like the runaround of answers, it's frustrating. So I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Let me know what you guys think about this. But this kind of stuff really grinds my gears a bit. Anyway, last but not least, most of the players like the RP version of the game. But why are there so few RP servers? Are you going to remove the RP servers? For players who enjoy RP roleplay, gameplay will continue to keep RP servers available. This is the most straightforward answer we got in the whole batch, but I disagree with it. And I've talked about this a lot too. I'm sorry if you like RP. This game does not have the player base to support a non-role play and a role play game mode. It just doesn't. And so what happens is you get into servers like this that are very unbalanced because there's not enough teams or not enough teams of the same caliber, which also goes into a conversation about we need matchmaking. But again, we don't have the player base for RP. So this game, whether we like it or not, needs to go to completely RP or completely in RP. If it's going to go RP, they need to allow a way for players to convert their evil or good to the other side, which I feel like is more work for them. So I don't think it's going to happen. The other option is they just force everyone to NRP. And I know some people are like, I'm going to quit if they do that. Listen, the game's going to die faster if there are a bunch of dead servers. So I feel like a lot of people have gotten on board with it and are just like, at this point, I don't care. But there's such a fuss about NRP and RP. And at the end of the day, we just do not have the player base to support both right now. We should not have we should not have 3 different server types or even more. Like they're working on Rangers Rise and whatever else to optimize with this new marching system. I don't know why, but they need to have one type of, one gameplay, one RP or non-role play. And in my opinion, honestly, like 1 or 2 campaigns, and that's it. Introduce a little bit of matchmaking to help keep like season 3 teams away from season 14 teams. And that would be an amazing start. So devs, seriously, reach out to me. I'll shoot you straight. But this was the dev Q&A, 6 questions and answers. Really, I want to say 6 questions and 1 answer because this last one was the most like straightforward. Are you removing RP? No, we're not removing RP. At least we got an answer. These other ones, I swear. I'm a talker and they're worse than me, guys. So I guess we got an answer on the 1.0 gear. 1.0 gear is doing what it's supposed to be doing. They're not changing that. They're just going to keep updating 2.0 to make it more of an incentive to run, which they're doing with the gear set. So we technically got 2 answers, but let me know what you guys think about all this stuff. And as always, I will see you guys in a future video.